I feel that Chris Hani, so to say, is one of the most underrated. I don't rate politicians as per se, but is one of the less spoken about. One, the spotlight isn't really on, but is one of the biggest freedom fighters that we know, that we should know actually, as more than we actually know the other struggle heroes. I could say Hani is in a level of other politicians like the Lumumbas of the DRC. Is there on that level is. It's got that pedigree about him, but we know nothing or little about him as much as we know about our late statesman Umandela. But yeah, I think he's more of a. We need to know more about him than we do about Abu Mandela and so forth.
On?
Chris Hani.
What is that? I'm not sure if I have any views because I don't even know him.
I take him as an icon because I feel Guti died for us. Yeah, he means a lot to me, and then I think it means a lot to the whole nation.
Yes, he is an icon, and he's a legend.
Chris Hani. But I don't know him.
You don't know him.
Chris Hani he could have been one of the presidents that the world respected because he stood by the values not only of the party but of the people, and his heart was with people. He fought for it. He stood for the truth, and I think one of the things that mainly reason that he was killed is because he stood for the truth. I just feel like we don't honor him enough. We don't give him the much credit that he deserved. We should honor him more than we are honoring some of the icons. I feel like the only icon that we celebrate a lot is Nelson Mandela. We need the youth of today to know him and to know what he stood for. And
I think a lot of information about this guy is been hidden, because he was one of the most effective people who played a big role during the apartheid strike. Yet he's not there as other politicians.
Chris Hani, I think even though I was never there, but I think he played a major role that time in fighting for our democracy anyway. So I think he's a big icon anyway. And then I admire him.
Tsatsi le re Chris Hani o tlhokofetse ka lona tshwantse e be holiday at least re khone ho hopola hore diamond ena ile icon e sharp e lo reng o lwetse setjhaba sa Africa.
Do you guys know that during apartheid there was a curfew? Like there was a certain time you couldn't be out in the night and in town. You had to be in the townships.
You actually had to carry a pass with you everywhere. They called it a pass. It's like an ID that identified who you were. And if you didn't carry that pass, then you were arrested.
It was like you were a foreigner in your own country. The government endorsed that. It endorsed segregation, which essentially is what apartheid was. There were toilets for black people and toilets for white people. Imagine.
And not only segregation, but inferior, like saying
the bad toilets are for the blacks.
And the good
only
toilets,
for the blacks.
Our grandmother was a domestic worker. I think what broke my heart, or what I couldn't understand as a child, is the fact that we would call our grandmother, with respect, like any other grandmother, and the white kids can just call our grandmother Maggie, and my grandmother has to run and make that child a sandwich or whatever,
Took that shit personal, man.
As a white person, you were born into privilege,
yeah.
And as a black person, you were born and you were inferior, and you were born to serve white people.
That's deep, man. And the funny thing is, only white cops could arrest white people. I just find that crazy. I just find that ridiculous. A black cop had to basically call a white cop if he was to find a white person committing a crime. You couldn't. So even in law enforcement, the virtue of just being white made you superior to a black person, even when they were in a position of authority.